Okay, so topic natin class, leases. Okay, accounting for leases by the lessee. Okay, so recap natin ang leases. Leases. Pag sinabi nating leases class, or pag sinabi nating lease, sa madaling salita, ang ibig sabihin nan, rent. Okay, rent. Pagpapaupa, pagpaparenta. Yun yung ibig sabihin ng lease sa madaling salita. At alam naman natin na kapag merong rent transaction, merong asset na pinaparentahan. May asset na inuupahan. Okay? And ang tawag natin sa asset na yon, sa pag-aaral ng accounting for leases, tawag natin doon sa asset na inuupahan or pinaparenta or pinapalease, no? Underlying asset. Okay? Underlying asset. So it can be a commercial building or a commercial space na pinapaupahan for the business. It can be a machinery or an equipment or an automobile na pinapaupahan. Okay? Tawag natin doon underlying asset for the purpose of accounting for leases by the lessee. Okay? At alam naman natin din class na ang rent ay merong dalawang party na involved. Ang leases or rent sa madaling salita, merong dalawang party na involved. Number one, yung lessee na tinatawag, and number two, lessor. Pag sinabi nating lessee class, ito yung party na umuupa. Tagalogin ko na lang, umuupa ng underlying asset. Okay? So kapag ikaw ay umuupa, ikaw yung party na nagrerenta, tawag sa'yo lessee. While the lessor, on the other hand, siya naman yung nagpapaupa, no? Nagpaparenta. Ayan. Or minsan siya rin yung owner ng underlying asset na inuupahan ni lessee. Okay? So, topic natin class ay leases, accounting for leases by the lessee. So, ang focus ng topic natin ngayon, yung accounting on the side of lessee, yung party na umuupa ng underlying asset. Okay, yung nangungupahan. Paano ang accounting for leases? So, alamin muna natin class ang dalawang lease model. Okay. Number one, we have finance lease model. And number two, operating lease model. Finance lease model. All leases. Okay. Take note class ha. Under finance lease model, all leases shall be accounted for by the lessee as a finance lease. Ibig sabihin class, kapag ikaw ay yung lessee, kapag ikaw ay lessee sa isang lease transaction, dapat you account your lease transaction as a finance lease. Palaging finance lease. Kaya ang focus ng topic natin ngayon class, yung accounting for leases by the lessee, yung finance lease model. Dahil sabi ng standard, lahat daw ng leases shall be accounted for by the lessee as a finance lease. Okay, finance lease palagi, no? Number two, ito yung sa susunod na video natin, no, operating lease model. So, a lessee is permitted to apply in two optional exemptions. Number one, short-term lease, or number two, low-value lease. Ayan. Sabi ng accounting standard natin class, no, sabi ng PFRS 16, lahat daw ng leases shall be accounted as finance lease by the lessee. However, sabi rin ng standard, ang lessee may apply or permitted to apply operating lease model into optional exemptions. Ibig sabihin, pwede kang mag-operating lease model kung ang lease mo or kung ang rent transaction mo ay short-term lease, meaning ito yung mga 1 year or less, no? Mga 1 year or less na lease term, or yung mga low value lease. Ibig sabihin, mababa ang value ng underlying asset or yung mga low value na underlying asset. Example ng mga low value lease or mga low value na underlying asset, yung mga personal computers, mga ilang furnitures or equipment na mga maliliit ang value ng underlying asset. So maliit ang value ng personal computer, maliit na value na furniture and fixtures and equipment. Okay, so yon. Kapag ganon ang scenario or kapag ganon ang nature ng lease, you may apply operating lease model. But again, class, ang focus ng topic natin ngayon, for now, ang focus ng topic natin ngayon is yung finance lease model. Dahil mas madalas nyong gagamitin ang finance lease model sa pag-aaral ng accounting for leases by the lessee. Okay? So, finance lease model at the commencement of the lease, class, at the commencement of the lease, a lessee shall recognize a right of use of asset and a lease liability. Okay? So, the moment, class, na meron kang lease transaction, you account it under ng finance lease model kung ikaw ay lessee. At the moment na gumagamit ka ng finance lease model, dapat magre-recognize ka ng right of use asset and a lease liability. Ibig sabihin, class, dapat sa lease transaction mo, meron kang debit na right of use asset and credit lease liability. Yun yung ibig sabihin nun. Okay? The moment na ina-account mo ang lease as finance lease model, dapat meron kang entry na debit right of use of asset and credit lease liability at the commencement of the lease. Okay? Kaya ang starting point, class, ng finance lease model, dapat maalam kang mag-compute ng right of use asset at dapat maalam kang mag-compute ng lease liability. Okay? Ano yung mga amount na ilalagay mo dyan sa iyong journal entry? Ayan. Okay? So, unahin natin, class, ang lease liability. Kasi, class, sa accounting for leases by the lessee, ito ang pinakaunang kinocompute, lease liability. Kaya dapat maalam din tayo mag-compute ng lease liability. Dahil kapag hindi ka maalam mag-compute ng lease liability, malamang magkakamali ka na doon sa computation ng right of use asset. Okay? Lease liability, initial measurement. Ano ang initial measurement ng lease liability? Lease liability is measured at the present value of the lease payments. Yan na naman si present value. Okay. So class, no, kung sinusubaybayan mo ang playlist natin ng Intermediate Accounting 2, so kung napanood mo na yung notes payable, bonds payable, compound financial instruments, at yung debt restructuring videos natin, usually, nagsisimula palagi ito sa pag-compute ng present value ng liability. Okay? Ang pinaka-underlying concept nito, lahat kasi ng liability, generally, initial measurement nun, present value. Okay? Kaya madalas sa Intermediate Accounting 2, puro present value ang liabilities. Kasi nga, lahat ng liabilities is generally initially measured at present value. Ayan. Present value lease payments that are not paid at that date. So, alam na natin na yun nga ang initial measurement ng present value of the lease payments. So, next question dito, ano ang breakdown ng lease payments? Ano-ano yung composition ng lease payments na tinatawag? So, itong lease payments na to, class, is composed of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 na ito na nasa handout. So, yung lease payments comprises, number 1, fixed payments, including in substance fixed payments, less any lease incentives receivable such as payment by the lessor to the lessee associated with a lease or the reimbursement or assumption by the lessor of the cost of the lessee. So, ito yung pinaka-common class no na present sa lease transaction, no, yung monthly rent na tinatawag. Okay, so usually yung monthly rent, no, yung fixed monthly monthly na lease or rent ng property, dito pumapasok yon, no, sa number 1, fixed payments. Number 2, variable lease payments that depend on an index rate initially measured using the index or rate as at the commencement date. So class, no, meron kasing mga lease payments na naka-vary or naka-depend sa tinatawag nating consumer price index. Okay? or minsan merong mga leases na yung lease payments niya naka-vary sa interest rate. Okay, so ito yung pumapasok no dun sa number 2, variable lease payments. Number 3, amounts expected to be payable by the lessee under the residual value guarantee. Okay, residual value guarantees. Ayan. So class, no, ano ang ibig sabihin ng residual value guarantees? So hatiin muna natin to, no. Alamin muna natin yung meaning ng residual value itself. No, pag sinabi natin residual value, so ito na yung na-encounter nyo during basic accounting, no, basic financial accounting and reporting na ibinabawas no sa cost when computing depreciable amount. And alam naman natin na ang residual value, yan yung value ng asset na mare-recover natin at the end of its useful life. So, yun yung residual value. And ang residual value class, in general, hindi naman yun certain. Kasi, hindi naman tayo sigurado na mare-recover talaga natin yung amount na yun. Kasi nga, estimated ang kanyang nature. Estimated ang nature ng residual value. However, kung residual value guarantee siya, so certain, or almost certain, kasi guaranteed na marireceive na natin yung exact amount or approximately equal dun sa residual value ng asset. Okay? So, I hope maliwanag class, no? Na kapag residual value guarantee, almost certain na marireceive talaga natin yung actual na residual value at the end of the asset's useful life. Okay? Payable by the lessee. So, the lessor is guaranteed, si lessor na may-ari ng underlying asset, guaranteed na marireceive niya yung value ng asset niya at the end of its useful life. Okay? So, later on sa problem solving, i-elaborate pa natin yung mga binabanggit natin na 1, 2, 3, 4, and number 5. Okay? Number 4, the exercise price of purchase option 8, the lessee is reasonably certain to exercise that option. So, meron kasing mga lease transaction class or may mga contract of lease na merong purchase option na usually at the end of the lease term. So, kumbaga, binibigyan ng option si lessee na bilhin yung underlying asset at the end of the lease term. Okay? So, kung certain siya, reasonably certain to exercise that option, kailangan nating isama yon sa lease payments. Okay? And number 5, payments of penalties for terminating the lease. Okay? If the lease term reflects the lessee exercising the option to terminate the lease. Yan. Meron kasi class na mga contract of lease na merong minimum number of years. Now, it can be dapat ang lease term, meron kasi mga contract na ganito. Dapat 5 years at least or 5 years minimum ang lease term. Pero kung ikaw yung lessee at kailangan mo lang yung lease in 3 years, so syempre hindi mo mako-consume no yung entire 5 years na minimum. And to terminate the lease before the 5-year minimum na term, meron itong mga tinatawag na penalties or yung mga pre-termination fee na tinatawag. So, ina-account din natin yon as composition ng lease payments. Okay? Ayan. So, yun. Halimbawa, sabi ko nga kanina, kung ang lease term ay 5 years, pero ang gusto mo lang naman ay 3 years, so, syempre, the contract nyo is 5 years pa rin, but you will use the underlying asset for 3 years. So, syempre, yung 2 years na hindi mo magagamit, ayan, kumbaga, premature termination ng contract of lease, kailangan mo magbayad kay lessor, no? Ng penalty or pre-termination fee, kumbaga, ng lease. And class, sabi nga natin, ang lease liability is initially measured at present value. Ang discount or ang interest rate na ginagamit natin dyan is yung interest rate implicit in the lease. Palaging interest rate implicit in the lease. Na usually, given naman yan sa mga problem solving. Okay? At kapag wala yung number 1, ang gagamitin na natin, less is incremental borrowing rate. Okay? So, syempre kung pareha siyang available sa problem solving class, ang gagamitin natin, syempre yung number 1. Okay? Yung interest rate implicit in the list. Subsequent measurement. Ano ang subsequent measurement ng lease liability? Similar to an amortized cost financial liability. Ayan. Okay? So, gagawa tayo dito no, ng amortization schedule. Ayan. The usual amortization schedule na ginagawa natin since notes payable, bonds payable, compound financial instruments na topic. Ganon din dito sa lease liability. Next class, no, alam din dapat natin mag-compute ng right of use asset or RUA in short. Ano ang initial measurement ng RUA? Cost. Okay, initial measurement nan at cost. At paano computein ang cost ng RUA? Okay, so number 1, syempre yung na-compute mo sa lease liability, yan yung starting point ng RUA, the initial measurement of the lease liability. Number 2, lease payments made to the lessor at or before the commencement date, less any lease incentive received, less incentives received. Okay? Number 3, mga initial direct costs. So, parang typical lang na asset na may mga kinakapitalize tayo na direct cost incurred by the lessee. And number 4, parang typical na property, plant, and equipment lang wherein we include the estimated cost of dismantling, removing, and restoring the underlying asset for which the lessee has a present obligation. Yung mga dismantling cost, restoration cost, removing cost, yung present value nun, sinasama din natin as initial measurement ng RUA. Parang sa typical na property, plant, and equipment lang. Okay? Subsequent measurement, so RUA under the cost model is measured at cost less accumulated depreciation and impairment loss. Usually class, ang RUA, cost model. Okay, usually cost model yan. Though pwede naman gumamit ng fair value model or revaluation model sa subsequent measurement ng RUA. But in most cases, class, lagi yang cost model. So, class, apply na natin yung theories na na-discuss natin sa accounting for leases by the lessee dito sa problem number 1. Problem number 1, meron itong 4 questions. Ayan. So, problem number 1, on January 1, 20X1, Subin Corporation entered into a 4-year lease agreement with Huening Kai Company for Industrial Machine. Lease payment is 100,000 pesos payable annually starting January 1, 20X1. So, class, paki-underline na ako ng timing ng payment January 1, 20X1. Okay? Nagsimula ang lease January 1, 20X1. So, magsisimula ang lease payment January 1, 20X1 din. So, careful kayo sa mga statement na yan, class, kasi nakadepende sa timing ng payment yung present value factors na gagamitin natin. Okay? So, malinaw na ito ay January 1, 20X1 din magsisimula, so the payment begins immediately. Therefore, ang present value na gagamitin natin dyan, yung present value of annuity due in advance. Okay? Subin knows that the lessor expects a 10% return on the lease. Subin has a 12% incremental borrowing rate. So, dalawang rate ang binanggit, class. So, syempre, ang gagamitin natin dyan yung 10%. So, kasi pag may mga ganyang statement, class, na Subin knows that the lessor expects 10% return on the lease, yun na rin, no, yung interest rate implicit in the lease. Okay, yun na yung interest rate implicit in the lease. Kaya 10% ang gagamitin natin sa pag-compute ng present value factors na gagamitin natin sa present value ng lease payments. The machine is expected to have an estimated useful life of 5 years and a residual value of 25. The lease agreement contained a purchase option at 50,000 pesos exercisable at the end of lease term. Okay, so ibig sabihin, class, si Subin Corporation, meron siyang option na bilhin yung machine at 50,000 pesos. Exercisable ito at the end of the lease term. So may option siya na bilhin yung machine for 50,000 pesos at the end of lease term. And it is reasonably certain as to inception of the lease that Subin will exercise the option in the future. So at the inception pa lang daw ng lease class, it is reasonably certain na nabibilhin talaga ni Subin Corporation yung industrial machine at the end of the lease term. Okay? Subin uses the straight line depreciation method. The present value of 1 at 10% for 4 periods. So take note class, no? 10% na agad yung ginamit. Kasi yung 10% naman talaga ang gagamitin natin. For 4 periods is 0.683013. The present value of an annuity due. So binigay na rin pala yung mga present value factors. Annuity due in advance at 10% for 4 periods is 3.486850. Calculate the following. Calculate the following. Number 1, the initial measurement of the lease liability before the deduction of the lease payments on January. So, padugtungan ako nito class ha, January 1, 20x1 yan. No? Padugtungan na lang ako sa mga handout nyo ha. Okay. Sabi nga natin class sa theory kanina, no, lahat daw ng leases should be accounted by the lessee as finance lease. At the moment, class, now the moment na ang lease is under ng finance lease model, dapat meron kang journal entry at the commencement of the lease, debit right of use asset, credit lease liability. Okay? So, ang question dito, ano yung mga amounts ng RUA at lease liability? So, number 1, compute na natin no, yung lease liability. Okay? So, balikan nyo lang yung first page ng handout natin. So, magsisimula tayo sa fixed payments. No? Fixed payments. Magkano ang fixed payments? 100,000. Times the present value factor, 3.486850. So, how much yun? No? 348,685. Okay? Present value of fixed lease payments, 348,685. Next, number 2, variable lease payments. So, wala namang variable na binanggit dito, no? Walang mga variable lease payments na binanggit. So, ayun. Skip na natin yon. Number 3, amounts expected to be payable by the lessee under residual value guarantees. Okay? Na usually class, no, yung residual value guarantees, naka-state yan sa problem palagi. Okay? However, class, dito kasi wala namang binanggit na residual value guarantee. May binanggit na residual value, but hindi yan residual value guarantee, class ha. Dapat kasi malinaw sa problem na iyon ay residual value guarantee. Kaya dito sa problem na to, wala talagang residual value guarantee dito. Okay? Number 4, the exercise price of the purchase option. So, meron ditong purchase option. Okay? Ito. No, yung 50,000. Dahil ang nature ng 50,000 ay one-time payment, lump sum payment, kaya ang present value factor nan, present value factor of 1 or present value of 1. 0.683013. Okay? 50,000 times 0.68 30 13 34,151. Okay? And terminate payments for penalties for terminating the lease. So, wala din mong binanggit sa problem. No? Ibig sabihin, class, this is the total lease liability before first payment on January 1, 20x1. So, yung aggregate nan, yan yung total lease liability before the first payment on January 1, 20X1. 382,836. So, kaya ang answer natin sa number 1, since before ang question niya, ito na yung answer natin sa number 1, 382,836. Okay. Number 2, the initial measurement of the right of use asset. So, ayan. Ano ba ang initial measurement ng RUA at cost? So, number 1, sabi dun sa RUA sa ating first page ng handout, the initial measurement of the lease liability. Okay, ano ba yung initial measurement ng lease liability natin? Hindi ito din yun, no? Initial measurement of lease liability, 382,836. Class ha, kapag merong mga kapag sa pagko-compute ng RUA, no, yung initial measurement of lease liability na gagamitin natin, palagi yung before lease payment, ha, before first lease payment. Okay? Huwag niyo mo nang ibawas dito, no, yung 100,000 nung January 1, 20X1. Again, yung initial measurement of LL or lease liability sa pagko-compute ng RUA, dapat palagi, no, yung before first payment on January 1, 20X1. Okay. Number 2, sa initial measurement ng RUA, lease payments made to the lessor at or before the commencement date, na I think wala naman sa problem, no? Number 3, initial direct cost incurred by the lessee. So, wala ring mga direct cost na binanggit sa problem number 1. At number 4, estimated cost of dismantling, removing, and restoring the underlying asset, na hindi rin binanggit sa problem number 1. Ibig sabihin, class, ang answer natin sa number 2, 382,836, yung initial measurement ng RUA. Okay, so bago tayo tumungo sa number 3, class, so pakita muna natin ang journal entry nito para mas malinaw sa inyo. Magre-record si Subin Company or si Subin Corporation ng January 1, 20X1. Debit right of use asset, credit lease liability, 382,836. And, syempre, magbabayad siya January 1, 20X1 din, kaya magde-debit siya ng lease liability. Mabawasan ng kanyang utang ng 100,000 pesos and credit cash, 100,000 pesos. So, ganyan yung magiging journal entry ni Subin Corporation sa January 1, 20X1. Number 3, the carrying amount of lease liability on December 31, 20X2. So, subsequent measurement class ng lease liability is similar to amortized cost financial liability. Kaya gagawa tayo dito ng amortization table. Date, payment, interest, 10%, tapos principal, and carrying amount. January 1, 20X1 class, initial measurement ng lease liability, 382,836. January 1, 20X1 din, nangyari ang first payment, 100,000. Wala pang passage of time, so the interest is 0. Okay? The principal, so 100,000, therefore 282,836 carrying amount. January 1, 20X2, so magkakaroon ng 100,000 pesos payment. So meron ng passage of time, kaya magkakaroon na rin ng interest expense. 10% ng 282,836. So, syempre, 28,284. O, rounded na lang. No? Principal, so 100 minus interest, 70, 71,716. The carrying amount rather is 211,120. But the question is, December 31, 20x2 na carrying amount. So, hindi pa tayo tapos dito kasi January 1 lang to. No? So, January 1, 20x3, magkakaroon ulit ng lease payment, 100,000. 10% ng 211,120 is 21,112. Principal is, if 100 tapos 21,112 yung interest, 78,888. Therefore, the carrying amount as of January 1, 20x3 is 132,232. Okay? Kaya lang class, again, ang hinahanap is December 31, 20x2. Obviously, wala sa date natin ang December 31, 20x2. Kasi puro January 1 yung timing ng payment. Hindi natin pwedeng gamitin yung 132,232 as final answer sa number 3. Okay? Kaya ganito ang gagawin natin dyan, class, no? Okay? If the lease liability carrying amount as of January 1, 20x3 is 132,232 at yung lease payment ay nangyari ng January 1, 20x3, 100,000. I-work back lang natin yan. I-work back lang natin yan para makuha natin yung lease liability carrying amount ng December 31, 20x2. I-work back lang natin yan. So, pag winork back natin yan, yung makukuha nating amount is yun na yung carrying amount ng lease liability on December 31, 20x2. 20x2. Which is 232,232. So, ito yung final answer natin sa number 3. Okay? And number 4, finally, number 4, the carrying amount of the right of use asset on December 31, 20x2. Paano nga ba kinocompute ang carrying amount ng RUA? So, syempre, cost less accumulated depreciation, less accumulated impairment loss. Kaya dapat, class, maalam din tayo mag-depreciate ng right of use asset. Okay? Maalam din dapat tayo mag-depreciate ng right of use asset. So, ganito yon class ha. So, dito na lang ako mag-note dito sa sticky note. No? Ayan. Ito na lang ha. Ayan. Diyan tayo mag-note. Depreciation of right of use asset. Okay. Magsisimula lang yung class no, sa isang question. Isang question lang ang kailangan natin sagutin dito. Kailangan lang natin malaman sa contract of lease kung merong transfer of ownership from from lessor to the lessee. Okay? Kapag nagdi-depreciate tayo ng RUA class, alamin muna natin kung merong transfer of ownership from lessor to the lessee sa contract of lease. Or merong purchase option that is reasonably certain to exercise that option. Okay? Ayan. Kapag may isang nag-guess dyan, class, kahit isa lang dyan sa dalawang yan ang mag-guess, basta may transfer of ownership na involved, or may purchase option na involved, kapag may isang nag-yes lang dyan, kahit isa lang dyan, we depreciate right of use asset using the useful life ng underlying asset. Okay? Again, the moment na may transfer of ownership na involved or may purchase option that is reasonably certain to exercise, i-depreciate natin ang RUA using the useful life ng underlying asset. Ano ang formula nun? So, syempre yung typical lang na depreciation, cost minus residual value over useful life. Okay? What if wala? Ayan. What if wala, class, no? What if walang transfer of ownership at wala ring purchase option na reasonably certain to exercise? So, ang depreciation ng RUA natin is useful life or lease term, whichever is shorter. Okay? Ayan. So, magiging extra challenging lang ang depreciation ng RUA kung walang transfer of ownership na involved or walang purchase option na involved. Kasi i-depreciate natin ang RUA using the useful life or the lease term, whichever is shorter. Whichever is shorter. So, in this case, class, malinaw kasi na meron itong purchase option. No? Malinaw na may purchase option tong problem na to. Ayun, no? Pinonsider nga natin siya sa number 1. Therefore, we are going to depreciate the RUA using the useful life. And pansin nyo rin, class, na magkaiba ang lease term sa useful life. The lease term is 4 years. The machine's life is 5 years. So, i-depreciate natin ang machine using 5 years. Okay? Using 5 years. So, annual depreciation, cost ng RUA, 382,836 minus residual value, 25,000. Divided by 5 years. Kano yun? No? 71,567. Okay? The cost of RUA is 382,836. So, less accumulated depreciation. No? 20x1. 71,567. 20x2. So, ang tanong is 20x2, December 31. So, 71,567. Therefore, this is the carrying amount ng RUA as of December 20x2. No? This is the carrying amount of RUA as of December 31, 20x2. So, that's 239,702. No, 702. So, answer natin, class, sa number 4, 239,702. So, tapos na tayo sa problem number 1. Medyo basics, no? Or very basic ng accounting for leases by the lessee under ng finance lease model. So, tapos na tayo sa problem 1. Punta tayo dun sa medyo comprehensive na problem, no? Medyo comprehensive na problem. Itong problem number 2. Ayan. So, sagutan na natin itong problem number 2.